And good evening, everyone. Thanks for clicking on WDTV.com. I'm Carrie Galiotis.
And I'm Ben Katko. Here's the top stories we've been following on 5 News today. The mother of missing Aaliyah Lunsford is now a free woman.
That's right. She's been in prison for the past 8 months. Lena Lunsford was released from a Maryland facility yesterday after serving time for welfare fraud earlier this month. Now, we told you that Lunsford would not be able to regain parental rights of her other 6 children. Her daughter Aaliyah was reported missing in September of 2011.
The daughter of a Marion County judge was one of 2 Buckhannon residents arrested yesterday in Ohio after troopers there seized almost $30,000 worth of oxycodone. 23-year-old Hannah Alloy and 31-year-old Andrew Staten are both charged with possession of a Schedule II substance, aggravated drug trafficking, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Alloy is the daughter of Marion County Circuit Judge Michael Alloy. If convicted, she, along with Staten, could face up to 20 years in prison and up to a $40,000 fine apiece.
And Governor Earl Ray Tomblin introduced a bill today that would get online retailers to start collecting West Virginia's sales tax on purchases by state residents. This bill follows the lead of several other states as brick and mortar businesses complain of an unfair tax burden. Tomblin proposes requiring retailers located outside of the state to start applying the sales tax if they have a subsidiary or a physical presence in West Virginia. That would appear to apply to e-commerce giant Amazon.com, which recently opened a customer service center in Huntington. A company spokesperson has yet to make a response. The Mountain State has been trying for a while now to go after e-retail revenues through the multi-state streamlined sales and use tax agreement. Congress has also been looking into the possibility of an online sales tax.
The Clarksburg Police Department is working to make sure the truth is always clear when its officers are on calls. About 12 of their cruisers currently have dash cams in them, but Chief Marshal Goff is trying to get more. These cameras record video and audio every time officers are on a traffic stop. They also record the back seat when officers are making transports so they can keep an eye on the people in cuffs. The videos automatically download to a server inside the police department. Now, Goff applied for 5 more in his budget. He hopes to eventually have all cruisers equipped with those cameras. Drivers who talk or text on their cell phone may feel like they're able to multitask just fine, but a recent AAA survey shows that phone-using drivers are more likely to have other dangerous habits.
And they're also usually drivers who like to do things like speed, drive drowsy, and drive without a seatbelt. About 70% of drivers say they have talked on a cell phone while driving, sometimes within the last month, even though nearly 90% say that they think they see other drivers do the exact same thing. AAA safety advisors say using a phone while driving basically quadruples their crash risk. Young drivers between 16 and 24 years old are even more likely to read a text, email, or even use social media while driving. And because of that, AAA officials say parents should not call or text their teen when they know they'll be on the road.
Parents should avoid calling their child when they know that they are going to be behind the wheel. For example, if they're getting out of school, you don't want to text them or call them to tell them to pick up milk, because that could be really risky for them to be distracted. Especially as a new driver, they need to be concentrating on what they have to do.
Now, you can avoid the temptation to talk or text by turning off your phone and keeping it out of your reach. And if you need to use it, always pull off to a safe location. Another thing you can do is download an app that will automatically reply to messages while you're driving. And we're going to have a full list of these tips right here on WDTV.com.
Young adults are in less debt than they were a decade ago, but that's not necessarily a good thing. Adults under 35 have more student loan debt and less exposure to credit cards, car, and home loans. Researchers say that's a troubling sign for the economy. The Pew Research Center says debt levels in young adults dropped nearly 14% between 2001 and 2010. In comparison, debt levels for those 35 and older rose 63% in the same period. The reason? Most young adults are broke and therefore have no interest in taking on a mortgage or a car loan. Experts blame the decline on the weak job market. Unemployment for young adults was more than 2 percentage points higher than their older peers in 2010 and 2011. All right, let's take a quick peek at what we're working on in the newsroom tonight for 5 News at 11. The looming sequester will cut some major funding for education, including a program right here in our area.
And you're going to have to tune in to 5 News at 11 for all of your late night news. We will be airing the WVU men's basketball game against Baylor on Fox 10, and then American Idol will come on next. so no Fox 10 at 10 for this evening.
And that's what's making news this evening. Of course, like Carrie Lynn just said, tune into 5 News at 11 tonight for the latest news and weather.
And until then, have a great night.